Concrete. You know it as one of the most sustainable, durable, resilient materials ever placed on this earth. But while concrete naturally lasts forever, it takes effort to keep our industry running strong. And that's where the RMC Research and Education Foundation comes in. We support 4 key pillars of the concrete community: sustainable construction, health and safety, research to enhance existing and new applications, and recruitment, education, and training. But just like concrete, our industry needs the right foundation and the right investment to bring it to life. That's why we're proud to have a major gift, $3 million from the Troche Family Foundation. It's a big pledge with an even bigger responsibility. To fully leverage this gift and realize our vision of being a lasting resource for industry research and education, we must raise $9 million in return. That's why we're asking for your support, your generosity, and your commitment to keeping our industry just as strong as the concrete we so passionately create. Not just today, but for many years to come.
Please welcome Julie Garbini, Executive Director, RMC Research and Education Foundation.
Good afternoon. I've been given the privilege of wrapping up the session here today and wrapping up the whole day. It's been a great conference so far, hasn't it? You guys enjoying it? So much fun, so many great discussions, and we've talked a lot about data and sharing information because that's really what it's all about to advance our great industry, right? Well, that's really what the RMC Research and Education Foundation is all about too. It's about developing information that can increase the quality and sustainability of our products and increase the professionalism of our workforce. For those of you that are not familiar with the RMC Research and Education Foundation, we basically operate as a sister organization to National Ready Mix Concrete Association, but we're organized in 2 very distinct different ways. One, we're organized as a 501c3 charitable organization. So that means that all of the contributions that come into the foundation are fully tax deductible, which is a great benefit to the donors. The other way that we're formed differently is that we're formed as an endowment. So basically, the idea is that you build up this resource, you invest it, you get interest income off the endowment, and then you can fund your operations with that interest income. So that really helps to insulate us from some of the inevitable ups and downs of the construction cycle so that we can continually invest in research and education even when the market's down. Our focus on funding research and education is basically to help the industry meet its challenges and opportunities. We fund things, everything from our recruitment video that we just recently put out. It's actually received over 29,000 views on YouTube already. It's called A Day in the Life of a Mixer Driver. And if you haven't seen that yet, I really encourage you to look for it on YouTube. You can look for it on our channel, actually. And you can use that. It's a free resource that you can use for recruitment within your company and also your onboarding process. But it's things like that to pavementdesigner.org, which is another resource that we help to co-fund, which basically is a one-stop shop for pavement designers who want to design in concrete to come and access all of the tools that the industry has, whether it's a parking area, a street or local road, or a highway, in one place, and they can use it for free. And then we invest in research to help advance newer technologies, like Ann talked about. It's always sort of a hurdle when you introduce a new technology or a new application to the industry to get that accepted. So we fund a lot of research to help with acceptance. And then finally, a lot of the research that we're using is helping with our promotion and advocacy efforts as an industry. So how many people here have heard of the Build with Strength campaign that NRMCA has? Okay, a good number. If you haven't looked at the Build with Strength website, I really encourage you to go there. It's www.buildwithstrength.com. There are a ton of resources there. It's helping us combat the advances of the wood industry, especially in the low to mid-rise market. And there's a tremendous amount of resources there. We're really trying to fund that science and credibility behind that effort. So a lot of the research that we're doing is aimed in that direction. And we're doing it with a number of different partners. One is the National Association of State Fire Marshals. They've become a tremendous ally in this endeavor. We funded fire safety research with them. And then another great partner, the one that we've invested the most in, is the researchers at the MIT Concrete Sustainability Hub. How many of you have heard of the Hub? Okay, good number again. And some of you actually heard Randy Kerchain from MIT presented yesterday at the Leadership Forum. 9 years ago, along with the Portland Cement Association, we invested in the establishment of the MIT Concrete Sustainability Hub. And I will tell you, it's paying off in tremendous ways. Now as the market's starting to return, there's such a focus on resilience with all the extreme weather things that have happened, on sustainability, of course, and then again, we've got this threat with the wood industry. All of the investment that we made 9 years ago and all the research that we've done has really positioned us perfectly in terms of being able to capitalize on this next opportunity. And then the other way that they're really trying to help us is through what we've been talking about here today, through digital transformation. They actually are very laser focused right now for this next phase to help us tackle some of the major problems that were talked about this morning. Phil Ramsey talked about the D+ rating that we have from ASCE in terms of our nation's infrastructure. Industry productivity, again, lags tremendously behind almost every industry. And then the one that we haven't probably talked about today, but is incredibly important, is construction and demolition waste actually represents 2 times more than just your municipal solid waste, the trash that gets picked up at your house. Construction and demolition represents 2 times that amount in terms of waste. So how can we capitalize on that, actually make it a circular economy where we can reuse that waste, but also make it profitable for the industry? So those are the types of things that we do. I'll tell you, it's an incredibly exciting time, and you saw in the intro that we are in a unique position right now where we've been given a $3 million pledge by the Troche Family Foundation if we can raise $9 million in return from the industry, or 3 times that amount. So I'm very excited to announce, drum roll please. That's a little fast on that. But we've actually already now gotten commitments of $8.8 million toward our $9 million goal. We're really excited about that. The industry has stepped up tremendously. Companies like Command Alkon, many of the companies that are represented in the exhibit hall, and I encourage you to visit them and thank them for their support. Many of your companies and many of you individually have contributed. It's been a huge effort. And honestly, we're $200,000 from our goal. We could meet that here at this meeting. We could cross the finish line. So if you haven't given to the foundation personally, or if your company hasn't given, please think about what you can do to help us get across the finish line. It's a tremendous opportunity for us to have this resource as a lasting resource forever. We won't have to keep coming back to you once we fully fund the endowment so that we can just use that interest income to fund research and education forever. So thank you to Command Alkon for their leadership. Thank you to you all for your support, and appreciate your time. Thank you.
So Julie, before you get off stage,
Thank you.
So like last year, we gave our customers the opportunity to make a donation to the Research Foundation again. And Command Alkon, and thank you to Phil and Andrew and others, had agreed to match it again. And in a true exhibition of collaboration, we've topped last year's contribution.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So could we have another drum roll, please? 6,000?
Wow.
What is, I can't even read it.
$6,362. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Steve. That's great. So I have pledge forms available, and they'll also be available at the National Ready Mix Concrete Association's booth in the Expo Hall if you can help us out.
And one more minute, if you would. Mike, can you join us? Okay. Or however.
We'll put it here.
So for those of you who missed the conversation earlier, I would like to introduce Mr. Mike Murray from Concrete Cares, a great friend of our industry.
Okay. Thank you, and again, thanks to Command Alkon for letting Donna and I come in here and talk about our passion. Is Ann still here? Did she leave? Okay, Ann left. I wanted to. Oh, Ann, you forgot to mention. I got to tell a funny story. So you forgot to mention color as an admixture. Concrete Cares was born one night when somebody spilled a glass of wine on a white concrete countertop, and I says, we got to do something to help women with breast cancer and make pink concrete. We succeeded on that because I said we screw up red all the time, it turns pink anyway, so it can't be that hard. But anyway, this afternoon, if you have a chance, stop by, pick up a Concrete Cares t-shirt, maybe make a pledge or a donation, and help us fight cancer the concrete way, 1 yard at a time. And Donna and I, again, want to really thank the Command Alkon staff for their hospitality and showing support as what Concrete Cares does is we help families and children financially that have been devastated by what cancer's done to them in their lives. And there's been some outstanding donations and stuff. So thank you guys very much. And thank you.
Mike, thank you. This is a great cause, a great thing you're doing, and I will be down to make my donation as soon as we finish up. So, we're finished for the day. Thank you all. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning.
Thank you.